Good morning, friends and family. It's Cassandra Peters from Child Centered Outcomes. I am here to deliver day 7, tip 7. So there's been a lot of conversation around specific predetermination factors that are going on, and parents wondering, is my child being considered prior to us ever meeting the table and looking at the whole child and all the evidence that supports where my child would best be suited. I'm going to use it for instance because it's one that just came to me a couple of days from a parent of a student who has gone through the evaluation process, also known as Child Find, for initial placement for special education services. The mother was sitting at a meeting, and the school had already determined that the needs of the child were so great that the child's needs couldn't be met at their current location. And the mother was completely distraught by all of this because she felt bombarded, overwhelmed, and basically not part of the consideration process or even part of the conversation. When in reality, the mom is not incorrect. So oftentimes we see this when schools are not assured of what their ability of their staff are, or even that they have the staff to be creative about how to schedule using the resources there. We sometimes make a predetermination, which can certainly be foul play to a parent because they feel as if their child is not being considered. And in that moment in time, that isn't what's happening. So two things. When we're looking at consideration of placement into an ESE program based upon an evaluation that has been completed and we're all coming to the table, it is a consensus, which means everybody around the table has input in order to create an environment that's considered least restrictive for that child. Now, whether that means on the home zone campus or it can be forwarded in a different way on a different campus, that still is a conversation that's had at the table. So what I would encourage you to do is, if you're having those types of concerns and you're unsure as to why you were not part of the conversation, reach out to your administration, and if not, feel free to reach out to me and we can have some conversations about how to plan forward with that. The biggest misnomer is that placement cannot be predetermined before we get to the table. And because this is the way that they've always done it, does it mean that it will continue to be always the way it will be? So, just a nice little tidbit about predetermination and making sure that all pieces are in place, that no decisions are made prior to getting to the table, that we consider looking at least restrictive at all points in time for that student, wherever it may land, and ensuring, most importantly, that the parent is part of that process. I hope you guys find this tip well and make it a great Tuesday. Stay warm out there, my Florida friends, and anyone else. I look forward to hearing from you. If you should have any questions and concerns, please feel free to reach out at www.childcenteredoutcomes.com. And I should have a new phone number coming shortly so that we can have accessibility that way as well, coming shortly. So again, make it a great day, and everybody stay warm.